For decades, we've been told a story about Britain's economy. The story says the public purse is empty and that we face a harsh choice: devastating cuts to our public services or tax hikes for ordinary working families. But what if that entire story is a lie? What if it's all a political choice designed to protect the vast unearned wealth of a tiny few, while the rest of us are told to tighten our belts? In this video, we're going to do something different. We're going to imagine an alternative. We're going to visualise the upcoming budget speech that you'll never hear from the mainstream parties. The one that isn't scared to make the right choices. We're going to step inside the House of Commons to hear how we could actually end austerity. Not by punishing workers, but by creating a fair tax system. Let's listen into the budget that could be and feel just how within our grasp a different future reality is. Mr. Speaker, let us be real about what the legacy of the party's opposite actually means. It is not some abstract theory, it's the reason your local library is shut, why dangerous prisoners are being mistakenly released from a justice system at breaking point, and why your child isn't getting the support they need in a broken system. It is the managed decline of this country. Yes. And while the services for ordinary people have been stripped to the bone since 2010, the wealth of the richest has skyrocketed. Funny how that works, isn't it? Well, this wasn't an accident. Our tax system was engineered to favour people who make money from their money rather than the people who work for a living. Engineered by whom, you might ask? Well, engineered by the party of the hedge fund, for the party of the hedge fund. Thanks to loopholes and lower tax rates on investments, it's entirely possible for some of the wealthiest people to pay a lower overall rate on their gains than a teacher or nurse pays on their salary. It's a system that punishes work and rewards passive wealth. But we will fix it. And Mr. Speaker, the government is leading in a bold way with the following measures in taxation that I now present to the House. My first measure, Mr. Speaker, will make pension tax relief fair. Right now, when you save into a pension, the government tops it up. It's supposed to encourage saving, but the system gives the biggest rewards to the highest earners. A basic rate taxpayer gets 20p top up for every 80p they save. But for a higher rate taxpayer, the government chips in 40p. Same pound saved, double the taxpayer subsidy. Therefore, Mr. Speaker, I'm announcing today that we will give everyone the same 20% top up. This single change will level the playing field, treating every pound saved equally. Those on the benches opposite, ever the friends of the highest earners, will cry that this stops the rich from saving. But we know the evidence shows that they save anyway. This isn't about punishment, it's about ending a multi-billion-pound handout that overwhelmingly benefits their wealthy donors. My second measure is a big one, Mr. Speaker, an investment income surcharge. There's a massive glaring disparity in our tax system. If you earn a salary, you pay income tax and national insurance. But if your income comes from investments, dividends, rent, interest, you don't pay any national insurance on it. This creates a two-tier system that hugely advantages those living off wealth rather than work. So today I'm introducing a 15% surcharge on unearned investment income over a threshold of £5,000 a year. This isn't some radical new idea dreamt up to scare the opposition. No, Mr. Speaker, the UK had a similar system until it was abolished in 1985. We are simply asking that income from wealth starts pulling its weight, just like the income from the hard work of the British people. Third, Mr. Speaker, we will bring in that same spirit of fairness to charitable donations. Giving to charity is a noble act and tax relief is a good way to encourage it. But just like with pensions, the current system gives more to the rich. A higher rate taxpayer gets 45% tax relief on their donation, while a basic rate taxpayer only gets 20%. The government is effectively subsidising the charitable choices of the wealthy at a much higher rate. And so I will be capping tax relief on charitable donations at the basic rate for everyone. This measure, Mr. Speaker, ensures the system supports generosity equally, not just the performative generosity of the super rich looking for a tax break. Fourth on the list, Mr. Speaker, national insurance. We have a bizarre and unfair system where the more you earn from your job, the less you contribute as a proportion of your income. Right now, workers pay national insurance at the main rate on their earnings up to the upper earnings limit of around £50,000. But for every single pound earned above that, the rate plummets to just 2%. It is in effect a cap on contributions for the highest earners in the country, designed by the parties opposite to protect their own. So today I'm announcing that we will abolish the upper earnings limit for national insurance. We will ask the highest earners in this country to pay the same amount of national insurance on all of their earnings, not just some of them. Yes, we will ask the highest earners in this country to pay the same rate of national insurance on all of their earnings, not just some of them. It's a simple principle of fairness, Mr. Speaker. We are ending a tax break that overwhelmingly benefits the top 15% of earners. This ensures that those with the broadest shoulders contribute properly to the public services we all rely on, from our state pension to a justice system that keeps our communities safe. It's not radical, it's just fair. My fifth measure today is more technical, but no less crucial for tackling the endemic tax avoidance that flourished under all of the previous governments. Some wealthy individuals use small private companies, known as closed companies, as personal piggy banks to dodge tax. They leave profits sitting in the company instead of paying themselves a salary, which defers or avoids income tax and national insurance. Mr. Speaker, a company should be for a genuine business, not a personal tax avoidance scheme for the friends and donors of the parties opposite. We will shut this down by bringing back strong closed company rules, which were in place for much of the 20th century. This will ensure profits held in these companies are taxed as much as they were paid out to their owners, as if they were paid out to their owners. My sixth measure, Mr. Speaker, will end a bizarre and costly exemption that benefits the financial sector at the expense of everyone else. Right now, most services provided by big banks and financial institutions are exempt from VAT. Think about that. When a small business owner provides a service, they have to charge VAT. When you buy almost anything in a shop, you pay VAT. But the multi-billion-pound financial services industry, they get a special pass. It is a handout to the City of London that costs the public purse billions. Therefore, today I'm announcing that we will abolish the VAT exemption for financial services. We are ending this indefensible special treatment. This measure alone will raise us £8.7 billion a year. We are simply asking the financial sector to play by the same rules as every other business in this country. It's not radical, Mr. Speaker, it's just common sense. The days of the city getting a free ride are over. And finally, Mr. Speaker, my seventh measure on this particular topic. I want everyone in this House and across the country to listen. Today I am introducing one simple fair principle. Money will be taxed the same whether you earn it during a long shift or by selling some stocks. Right now, profits from selling assets, known as capital gains, are taxed at a much lower rate than salaries. I am ending that injustice by equalising those rates so that work is no longer penalised while speculation is rewarded. We will raise an extra £14 billion a year. It's common sense, Mr. Speaker. Those with the broadest shoulders will now carry their fair share of the load. Mr. Speaker, these are 7 concrete, achievable reforms that, depending on the final details, it will raise tens of billions of pounds a year. That is not just a number on a spreadsheet, it is the sound of a justice system with the resources to keep dangerous criminals locked up. It's the sound of our schools being given the resources they need to make sure children get back on an even keel after such awful events in this last decade. It's the investment we need for a green transition, the much needed green transition that will create and sustains jobs and secures our futures. Ending austerity is not a fantasy, it's a political and economic choice. For too long, the parties opposite have told us there is no alternative, all while protecting the unearned wealth of a tiny minority. Well, Mr. Speaker, the alternative is right here in our budget. It is a tax system that values the nurse over the fund manager, the teacher over the tax dodger, a system that closes loopholes for the super rich and asks the wealthiest to finally pay their fair share. The money is there and this government has the political will to go and get it. Of course, this speech that you have just heard is a fantasy. This is not the budget you will hear at the end of November from the main parties, or especially from the Labour Party, as they are captured by the interests of the super rich. But their hold on power is more fragile than ever, and a new reality is possible. The ideas in this budget are not impossible dreams, they are concrete choices. If enough people demand them, this fantasy can become the future. The choice, as always, is ours.